Now, coming to you live from atop the Lavender Town Radio Tower, it's the one, the only, Puckle Podcast.
It's Puckle! Puckle! It's Puckle! Puckle! Pokemon Underground Champions League, oh yeah! Puckle! Puckle.
Welcome to the Puckle Podcast. I am your host, Trainer Thatch. Here today with my excellent co-host, we've got the one and only Dr. Shamu.
Hey.
Healer of Whales.
The heel.
And we've got Lord Seth Vilo.
It is I, here.
Owner of 1 square foot of land.
Yes, in Scotland. It makes me a lord. That's not even at all a Scottish accent. It's real.
It's like the equivalent of buying a star.
It is. It's so stupid. My parents want to go to Scotland at some point. I think they're planning on going at some point in like the next couple year or so.
Yeah.
And I told them, y'all need to go look at not only my square foot, but their square foot, because I got them the gift too. We are a whole family of lords.
Welcome to the Puckle Podcast. Puckle, of course, standing for the Pokemon Underground Champions League, a nonsensical name we came up with in 2007, where we talk everything Pokemon from the trading card game to the video game to everything in between. And I don't know what I've done other than like play Pokerogue and watched NAIC.
Oh, you finally got into the bug?
So I got the bug, and so this is something about myself that I'm very aware of. Like, if I get the bug for something, I can get rid of it by just letting me oversaturate myself with it.
Yeah.
And so that's what I did. I just I had like 3 or 4 days where like I played it real hard, and then I was like, yeah, that's enough. I feel good now.
That's fair. I want to get back into it, but I've got like a backlog of stuff to go through. Like, I've got like 5 RPGs lined up now, and I'm like, God, like...
I would much rather sit down and focus on the TCG again and get that going. I finally got all my cards in for one of my retro decks.
Ooh.
For Gen Con. And I really want to, I'm probably going to build a second one just because I don't know, like, it's really hard to like read the meta at Gen Con because Gen Con's not about like the Pokemon TCG at all. I think like the events are going on for people like me who are also into the Pokemon TCG and also at Gen Con.
It's more of like, you're here. And you like this, come do this.
Yeah, I think it's a subset of people.
Yeah.
I guess we can do a thing.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's like competitive people like that are going to be there, and it's going to be the people that are like metagaming, like, yeah, we got to play Lickitung Stall and get really into it, or if it's going to be people who are just like, I am playing Haymaker. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's which one it's going to be. I also signed up for a standard tournament, which is thankfully still in this format.
Nice. Yeah.
Even though Gen Con, I think, takes place over the weekend that Shrouded Fable comes out. But I don't think, since this event's actually being run by like the Pokemon folks, that they're going to be like, yeah, Shrouded Fable's legal for this tournament.
Is that the name of the next set?
Yeah, Shrouded Fable. Yeah, it's our special set. Yeah, it's
the Pokemon Go set, right? Like the Pokemon Go / 151, except it's way less exciting.
The new little thing they do halfway
Honestly,
between.
I'm kind of excited for it now that we know like the full list. There's some wild stuff in there I didn't realize was in there. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's not like perfect. It's better than some of the other sets we've gotten.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's very fine.
It's fine. Like I think of the other special sets we've had in the past, like I mean Generations was one, like back in 2016. I think that was like probably like the first like quote unquote special set that we got. That one was very good, obviously. And then afterwards they like tried to keep that up, and they have been very consistent about it.
Oh, our first what's that tech?
But it's been a lot of time.
I don't know I think Legendary Treasures might have been our specials. Good. I don't know how Legendary Treasures is classified.
Legendary Treasures is a whole different thing, I think, because it's like WotC era, right. So
No.
Which one's Legendary Treasures? Which one is
the last stuff like Black and White where they did like the reprint set with like additional?
That could be the reset. That could be just like the reprint set though, equivalent.
It also had like the was it Radiant Collection? That what it called? RC, like the foily things on the front, like how we had in Generations.
Yeah.
It had that in there too. That's why I'm like, I don't know how to classify it.
I would probably put it in the same bin as like Shining Fates or Paldean Fates. I would probably put it in that same bin.
But those are also special sets.
Yeah,
those
that
are
makes sense.
Those are a different special set.
You did not change special set though.
There's two special sets. Like there's one special set that's not reprints, and there's one that has reprints. Like every year.
Super special awesome sets.
Yeah. So it's the one with the reprints in it.
Let's not dwell too long on this.
No, it's perfectly long enough because I have nothing else to talk about.
Well, I was just like, because I just think that's that. Like, I just want to talk more about Shrouded Fable, but because like I think honestly, now that we know everything we're getting, I think that like the dark self-poison gimmick might be okay.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be fine. Yeah, it's gonna be fine.
We got Janine. Janine is what made me go, this is good. Like you get attached to dark energy from your deck, I believe, to him, and then you like poison him.
Yeah. Poison the active. One has to go on the active, one goes on the bench or something like that.
Yeah, you choose up to 2 of your dark Pokemon. For each of them, you should search your deck for basic dark, attach it, then shuffle, and if you attach any to your active, the active is poisoned.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's a cool mechanic.
So, but the fact is, like, it's like up to 2, and then for each dark, you get an energy from the deck.
It also goes really good with all the ancient things, because they've got the tool that doesn't poison them.
Yeah, they don't get status and stuff, too,
so
and it's also like... Yeah.
It's silly. That's gonna be fun.
And then also, like, the tool that just gives them plus 40 if they're poisoned. It's just, like, a bunch of, like... It's a weird gimmick that seems, like, really good, honestly, with how the whole thing... how the whole deck kind of wants to play.
I know I'm gonna make a Britney Spears deck at some point where it's just so toxic.
Oh my gosh.
I was waiting for that, but I was hoping you were going to go like, oh yeah, it does like 4 poison counters instead of 2, because that's how toxic, or 1, because that's how toxic it is.
Leave Brittany alone.
Leave Brittany alone.
Leave Brittany alone.
God, how long has it been from that?
I don't know. The internet is timeless, in my mind.
Right.
It's really bad now because I interact with students who were born after the 20th century, which is awkward. And they like don't remember things like I remember them, because I'll make a very early internet reference, because I've been on the internet since like the early 2000s.
Forever?
Well, since like the internet became like a pop culture thing, right? And so like I'll make like an internet reference from like 2007 or something, and like it'll blow my mind when like I'll reference like a Smosh video or something, and they have no idea what I'm talking about.
Yep.
And I'll be like, that damn neighbor, don't you know that one? And they're just like, no, I don't know what you're talking
Professor
about.
Professor Thatch, what were the 1900s like?
Technically, I'm not a professor, but I don't work for a university, so therefore I'm not a professor.
The joke still stands.
Yeah, I would love to be. No, I think about it sometimes. And then that immediate thing happens where I'm like, oh, I could go teach, and then I'm like, no. And that's for like so many reasons though, because like getting into teaching in academia is awful right now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They pay you like no monies to do it.
Oof.
Which is surprising based on tuition costs.
Yeah.
Yeah, they literally pay like if you adjunct like no money. It's insane.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I think it's something like just over like typically like over like $1,000 a credit hour or something.
Nice.
Per semester, yeah, that you teach. So like
the moral of today's episode, don't be a professor.
Yeah, that's don't be an adjunct professor. I say that, and I know there's definitely like an adjunct professor listening to this show.
And we're sorry.
Honestly, I'm sorry that you're going through what you're going through. So, like that's my answer. But yeah. Pokemon wise, yeah, I've just been like trying to figure out what deck to play in this format though, so that because I am in like a standard, I'm in that retro format tournament, and then the next night I'm in like a standard tournament.
Ooh, yeah, okay, that's fun.
I mean, it's not very big because the number of seats they allowed for both tournaments, I think, were like 16, and I still think there's open seats.
Wow. All right.
They're at awkward times, to be fair, that like people probably don't want to do things at Gen Con. I don't know how many people are aware of Gen Con. Like you're aware of Dragon Con, which is fairly similar. Yeah. It's fairly similar.
I figured any X word con is going to be similar.
Yeah. It's very similar. It's mostly just like it's a board gaming convention. I'm actually pretty excited to go because they just announced. I'm really into that Power Rangers board game, and they just announced the new expansion. And my wife's kind of getting on me because I haven't been playing it as much lately, and I keep buying the expansions. But like, let me have my thing, okay? Let me have my. They're not even that expensive.
Live.
Let me live. Let me have my thing. I need the Ninja Rangers, the Ninja Storm Thunder Rangers. Like, I need them. I need them. Will we play with them? I don't know, but I need them.
Who knows?
But I need them. You don't understand. I need it for the meme. The Megaforce Silver Ranger's in it, and his Zord is the Q-Rex, and it's really funny.
This is who I am.
Kind of, a little bit, yeah.
A little bit.
Just a little bit, yeah. That's kind of who I am, so,
I think I just spent like $30 on a meme just for like buying old cards that are just not good.
Nice.
Oh, man.
I spent more than $30 on the Barad-dûr Lego Tower, which is now sitting proudly on my dining room table on a Lazy Susan that I bought specifically for it.
I expected you to buy
I figured you would buy that,
yeah.
So it's fine.
Yeah.
I bought it at midnight when it dropped, and I was in the first 36 hours, which means I got the gift with purchase of the Fell Beast as well. So I was hyped.
So it sounds like you didn't need to buy it at midnight.
I did. I could have bought it at like another time, but I needed it quicker.
I needed
Honestly,
it quicker.
that type of thing of I can understand buying it sooner than later because you never know what scalpers might exist. Because I think a lot of those like Lego sets that are coming out are gonna get scalped.
That's
people,
fair. That's fair.
Like
that's fair.
I would have.
But it's beautiful. It's on my dining room table. It's 34 inches tall or something stupid like that. And it's just looking at all the people eating dinner. It's like, I see you.
Yeah. All right. Well, this has been an intro.
Had been.
And I am going to go ahead and cut us off there. And then we'll switch it on over to the news. Cue
Woo.
that epic music. That's it.
Music?
That's the pun.
That's good.
Yeah. Music.
Live from the Lavender Town Radio Tower. This just in.
Welcome to the news. In the news, we've got some things to talk about, I guess. The Switch updated this week to kill Twitter integration, probably due to the API prices that they implemented a while back.
Mm-hmm.
This means that there's going to be fewer screenshots and videos of battles and shinies. Womp womp. Thanks, guys.
Womp.
Yeah.
Thanks, world. The Scarlet and Violet manga will finally release in North America next spring. So right on
good.
pace with like the anime. That's nice. We've got that going. To be fair, I don't know who reads the modern manga. I'm going to be honest.
Next spring is literally a year from now.
Almost a year from now.
Because it's currently spring.
It's technically spring. I'm going to say it's technically spring. It depends on which
It is
spring they're talking about.
Currently spring. This is Pokemon we're talking about. If they say it's going to be in spring, it's going to be the fourth from the last day of spring.
Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be at the very end or like a couple days after.
Well, it depends on which spring, because like there's a difference between like marketing spring and like actual spring.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah.
Like I imagine, I think when a lot of people say spring, they usually mean like February to April or like March to May. Yeah. Like when they're
because
marketing
May is when
things.
school lets out, and the second school's out in North America, that means it's summer.
It's summer,
even though it's still a month.
School's out for summer, buddy. It's fine.
Yep.
But we get some Scarlet and Violet news. Latest 7-star raid is Electric Embor. Hits very hard with Reckless, so it's got a bunch of recoil moves, of course. But there's a good number of good choices that you can use to deal with it. It doesn't seem that bad. It does have rock coverage along its 3 stab being Drain Punch. So it's got like Wild Charge, Flare Blitz, Drain Punch, and then rock coverage. I assume it has Flare Blitz with Reckless, but NEAC finals came down to the Tortoise versus the Hare, but the Hare's frozen steed let it win this time in the rivalry. The Masters winner was a Floridian named Patrick Connors. Top 8 had 5 different restricted Pokemon, and there was even an Overquill Swift swimming alongside a Kyogre.
This has been like the most diverse, like restricted meta I've seen in a very long time, possibly ever.
Wow. I'm pleasantly surprised by that, honestly.
I think part of it helps with Urshifu being a thing, because Urshifu is just still good. I don't know if it's restricted, though.
No, Urshifu's not a restricted.
Yeah, it was available before.
Yeah, Urshifu's not a restricted, but...
I said that I realized, I'm like, that's not exactly right?
Wait a minute.
Yeah. No, but, like, honestly, this has been, like, the most balanced it's ever, like, the most diverse. A bunch of different teams can be successful. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the first season of VGC, or the first year of VGC after Sun and Moon were released, where like the teams just change constantly through the whole up meta all the time. And I would love to see that continue to happen with this meta. It's just been actually a lot of fun to watch. But yeah. Pokemon Go news. Seth, you got this one, I guess.
I got this one, yeah. So a couple things happened here. One is that they added Shiny Crabrawler to the game for an event that ends on, when this episode comes out, tomorrow, Tuesday. So go snag those Shiny Crabrawlers if you're interested. Next thing for Go News continuing is the Scorching Steppes event is going to run from June 21st to 25, and it wants you to hatch eggs for fire Pokemon, and it adds shiny Larvesta, which is very cool. And finally, on the topic of, I guess, fire Pokemon for summer starting up, Cyndaquil is the Community Day Pokemon, and that is on the 22nd of June, which I believe is Saturday.
It's Saturday, yeah. So the Scorching Steppe will start on this coming Friday, and then the Community Day is that Saturday.
Scorching Steppes is just a way to take your money. That's the
probably.
Answer. I dislike egg events in Pokemon Go because they're there to make you buy incubators.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but TCG, Seth, we got more.
I could do this one too, since the Go was kind of short. So, as Shamu mentioned, NAIC happened recently. And TCG-wise, the top cut of NAIC ended up being 6 Gardevoir decks with the new Monkey Dory coming in to support, and 2 Lost Zone decks that were both Lost Zone box, not Lost Tina or anything like that. So, 6 versus 2 in the top.
All I'm hearing is Charizard's coming back.
Right. Yeah, that among other things.
Back. I gotta say, though, I don't know if I ever got on the stream because I didn't watch any IC, but there's the Drago list that got top 16.
Yeah, I think it got like 14th place.
Or 14th or something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel validated. It's not bad. I know it's not bad.
We've been saying it for so long.
No, there's like a couple other Drago lists that made it in like the top like 64, I think. Like a few Drago lists made it up there.
It's finally got enough tools to function.
Yeah. It functions pretty well, actually.
Yeah.
You just need an Ogerpon. That's all you need.
Yeah, one of the decks I'm gonna build out is gonna be the Drago list, I think. I'm gonna build the Lugia list out, the Drago list. I'm gonna update Charizard because I think Charizard will just be supreme for the rest of Charizard's eternity, like Mew.
That makes sense. Yeah, it's very good.
And I think I'm gonna build out. There's probably another deck I'm gonna try to build out 4 just to have and play around with.
Yeah. I've been trying to figure out, like, what I should do with certain card selections and stuff like that, and that, like, seeing that list made me go, okay, this was the right way to go.
Yeah.
That's a weird thing to do,
6 cards
but okay.
off with your list? Something like that?
I was still tinkering with the Ogerpon and Drago lines, because I had, like, 4-3-4 for them, but it felt, like, too fast. And I was like, do I want it to be this fast? Do I want to try to slow it down a bit? And I cut one of the Dragos, too, but I felt like I found I was missing it more. And it was a bit more of a rough situation sometimes, and like, Prime Catcher is good. I like Prime Catcher, but also like, I play Drago in a different way, so that's why I didn't really go for it. Cause like, I was currently testing, what was I testing? Scoop Up, because I'm used to the
Scoop Up.
Yeah, I like the old builds of like, my plan is kind of be more control-y with my deck, but I might also want to test, Legacy Energy. Still, because I do like I like the extra energy that can be whatever you need in that situation, and also one less prize. The penny, though, was something I didn't even think about, and I'm like, oh, that fixes up.
That's kind of cool, yeah.
That's if I'm going to use an ace spec, I'd rather just use it on a penny for that, because that's generally what's going to happen. You can't pick up a Drago and do whatever, but for every basic, because I also had Scoop Up because of you run the Raging Bolt now, which is the basic, and it's like. Yeah. You don't want to start with that, and you need a way to get that up off the board and into the grave, or into the discard, and it's like, how do you do that? Oh, well, Super Scoop Up can just do that, and then you can, like, scoop it, and then, like, research it away or something. But, Penny kinda does the same thing, and you play enough vessels, and...
I love the Legacy, in theory, just because it makes it an extra knockout game, but yeah, that's... We're getting deep in here.
Yes, I don't want to go too deep here in the news segment.
No, I'm gonna get there, though, but it's a lot of those things that are just, like, it's... Most of the decks are probably the same core cards with 1 or 2 differences. generally.
Yeah. I know you and I were just hyped messaging back and forth a little bit during it, just like, oh my god, this is doing good. What the hell?
Yeah.
It was great.
I was keeping a hawk's eye on it. 'Cause I'm thinking like every Japan, like every like week in Japan, they like a site list their like local tops and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And like every week there was like 2 or 3 Drago lists, and I'm like, what are they doing? What are they doing?
What's going on? What's new?
What hidden spice can I find?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna move us on instead of just gushing over Drago.
Gushing over Drago. Yep.
I'm gonna move us on. In Wochien's News Corner, the segment to fill time on the news because there's not as much news right now. News brought to you at a snail's pace, which is a pace faster than most Alolan Pokemon. Don't let Rabombi fool you. 10 years ago this week, Pokemon Art Academy released for the 3DS in Japan. Karina was failing to control her Mega Lucario in the anime. And they announced the Eevee-friendly battle competition in X and Y. I miss these kinds of battle competitions, actually.
Right.
Where Eeveelutions fought in level 30 battles while earning a whole 1,000 Pokemiles.
Oh, Pokemiles. I forgot about
remember those?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, nostalgia. Nostalgia corner. I love it.
Yeah. I've liked adding this. I've liked adding this in the past few weeks. It's been a lot of fun. All right, and then finally, Puckle's Poke prediction. There will likely be a Nintendo Direct this week. Okay, don't say that. Sigma writes these. So do you think Pokemon will have any presence? I think Pokemon. I don't think Pokemon's going to say anything about any game until Worlds. I don't think anything's going to happen.
Same.
And honestly, if it's going to be a Pokemon thing, I think they would do their own event and not just a generic Nintendo Direct.
No, I used to think this until like the Nintendo Direct before, like one of the more recent Nintendo Directs, where they brought up something Pokemon in them, and there was like new information dropped. It might have been, what game just came out? I think it was something about the DLC. Like some information was like in a Nintendo Direct about it. I don't think they'll make announcements in a Nintendo Direct. Like they're not going to be like, oh, check it out. Here comes, BDSP style black and white in a Nintendo Direct. But I wouldn't be surprised if they said, and get ready for this new game called, Pokemon Legends Z to A.
You know what? Yeah, they might, because they haven't announced anything about ZA. So if they do it, they might give us a ZA because if someone's not watching a Pokemon thing and they see the generic Nintendo and they don't know that they didn't see the other one or know about it, they might just shove it in there. I could see them doing it for ZA.
If it's not like a substantial update, I think they'll shove it in Nintendo Direct. Like it might be like, here's Z to A, and like here's like a little bit of, like they might actually show like a little bit of gameplay footage. But in my honest opinion, at this point, based on how little news we've gotten about Z to A, if we don't get anything this month, my personal opinion is that we're not getting Legend Z to A until holiday 2025. Like that is my honest belief.
Wow.
I do think we're probably, whenever, I don't know how far they space out the Pokemon Directs, but I think we're getting to a point where we need updates on some things, and we're...
Historically, we would have had one in like May or June.
Well, how I usually space these out now too is Unite, because once we get we usually they get through a certain amount of characters, and then you get to a point of there either has to be a leak, and usually after a little after that leak, there's a direct or something, and then they announce hey, we've got 3 more characters coming, and then it's a weird pattern I've noticed with Unite with the characters,
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly what it is. It's been a while since I thought about it, but that's usually kind of when I go is once we get a leak of the next 3 characters or something like that, or the end of the current, what we know is coming out, then it's okay, there might be a direct soon, and then there is a direct soon, and then it's
I wouldn't be surprised if they shove that into Nintendo Direct, the Pokemon Unite stuff. At this point, I truly believe that they're just slowing down. I think they're just slowing down their release schedule in general.
That's fair.
Yeah.
If that's the case, then I would understand that completely.
I think they're doing it at least this time because there was that article that came out not too long ago, where they talked about how they were aware of the problems and the fan backlash over stuff like Scarlet and Violet with the frame rate drops and everything. The lake was unplayable at launch. It was almost unplayable.
Yeah.
It was bad. Yeah, I remember that.
And I mean, it's better now. They did update that, but they're aware. And they like even said so publicly, like, hey, we're aware that we need to make these changes. So I wouldn't be surprised if part of their actions that they're taking at this point are to just, give themselves like a gap year, essentially.
Yeah.
Just to let things cook a little bit longer. Even if it just comes down to, hey, our process flows aren't optimal. We need to rethink how our process is done.
That makes me feel better, but yeah, I would be totally under, like...
It's kind of my opinion, because especially in February, if you look at the announcement of Pokemon Legends Z to A versus the announcement of Pokemon Legends Arceus, we got way more like gameplay footage of Legends Arceus at the announcement. By that I mean we got some rather than none.
We actually got some, yeah.
Yeah. And that makes me think that the game is not as far along as everybody would hope for like an early 2025 release. And I wouldn't be surprised that they're just slow rolling us. The only thing that makes me slightly concernicus is the VGC meta. Depending on what they do there, because like we're already in like the one restricted format, which typically signals like the, hey, something's coming timeline. But it also, if they take that year gap, it lines up Gen 10 with the 30th anniversary, which I think we can make arguments for, but I think they really like having a release, like a new gen release on their anniversary years. Mm-hmm. Because that's kind of how we got Sun and Moon, was because the 20th anniversary was happening, and that's kind of why Z didn't happen.
That's true.
Because they just wanted to skip to Sun and Moon. I don't know. This is a lot of speculation on my part, but this is also coming from somebody who's been like watching this stuff and has had this mindset for over 15 years now.
Very true.
Just watching it happen. And I also kind of called Callus like a little bit that one time.
I just hadn't thought about it. I feel like we probably got what would have happened in like Pokemon Z and like Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon with the little mini Zygarde quest.
No, we did. We just got like the half cooked version essentially. Because
we definitely did.
100%. They took like the end of another book and they just kind of stapled it to whatever Sun and Moon was, and they're just like, this is continuous.
Yeah, they took like the insert of the book, took the cover off, and just shoved it in there and just redid
they
the
shoved
binding.
it and stapled it, and they're just like, yeah, this totally works. And it's just like, okay, you're kind of right, but also no.
Yeah, like I just never thought about it. I was like, oh, that probably what we would have gotten with a bit more like depth.
We probably would have gotten something closer to what happened in the anime, actually. Like the anime, I think, kind of explains it a lot. If you watch how it diverges. Mm-hmm. But yeah, either way, that's going to be it for our news, guys. We're going to kick things on over to our Poke Quiz, where we're going to quiz your co-host on their insane Pokemon knowledge.
Oh, hi, and welcome to the Poke Quiz, the part of the show where we quiz our co-hosts on their insane Pokemon knowledge. I'm Mark from the Dunsparce Gang, here to explain the rules. Our fabulous co-hosts will work as a team to answer 5 Pokemon-themed trivia questions that fans have submitted on the Discord server. Each question is worth 1 point, with Pokedex and multiple answer questions worth more, for a total of 7 points. The host can use a free hint at any time. If they get all the answers correct and do not use the hint, they can cash it in for an 8th point.
Welcome to our trivia segment for Puckle's Poke Quiz. Our first question is going to come to you guys straight from Togenik. Besides Pikachu, which Pokemon was on Ash's team the longest? By longest, we mean number of episodes.
Goodness gracious. I think it's Bulbasaur? That was on for a long time. And it was an early one.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. It was an early one. It was long, because I think it never evolved.
Is it like the Pokemon or its evolutionary family?
The whole line would count, I guess.
The whole line. Okay, it's not like
the Pokemon. The Pokemon as an entity, like
got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
So I'm trying to remember if he ever got something back and kept it for a while too. Because Gen 2, I believe Gen 2 he reset.
Yeah.
Because I remember Chikorita Bayleaf being the replacement.
Yep.
I just don't remember how many episodes were in not season 1, but like Gen 1, you know?
And I feel like he had Bulbasaur before Charmander, I think.
I believe he did.
I don't know. I would say probably Bulbasaur, but I might be wrong.
You want to lock that in?
Sure, I'm a little distracted, sorry.
Bulbasaur is correct.
Oh, yeah.
216 episodes.
Wow.
Yeah, so he didn't do a hard reset when he went to Johto. He actually had his whole team. But like Squirtle got called back to like the Squirtle squad very early on in Johto. Charizard got left in the Charific Valley for a while in Johto.
Yep.
And then they didn't come up with an excuse to get rid of Bulbasaur for a very long time. And Bulbasaur and Chikorita were on the team at the same time a very long time because it was like one of the big gags was when he caught Heracross. Heracross would always like
right. I forgot about that. Yeah,
Bulbasaur was on it wasn't for a very long time until like I don't even want to say it was the end of Johto, but it was near the end of Johto where Bulbasaur like they needed help at Oak's lab, and they're just like, Bulbasaur's really good at keeping the peace. We'd hate to send him back to you,
that's
Ash.
Right.
And so it's just like, oh, okay. That's a really lame way for Bulbasaur to leave, but okay.
Sure.
And so then Bulbasaur left. Yeah, because like his Johto team, he actually didn't have that many. I think he caught Heracross, who actually ended up going back to Oak's lab, I think, pretty early in that season.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was like his Johto experience was very weird. Like that's it's part of the reason why like I personally like in my fandom of Pokemon, I see seasons like 1 through 5 of the Pokemon anime as like their own thing. Yeah, he got quite a few Pokemon though in Johto. But yeah, that is a point for you guys for getting Bulbasaur.
Woo!
Woo! All right, our next question is gonna be from the Night Calls. What is the first pure ice type Pokemon to be introduced, excluding forms / regionals, in the Pokedex?
The first pure
ice type Pokemon. Yeah.
No forms, no whatever. Regionals.
No regionals.
Okay, so Gen 1 I don't believe had anything.
I don't think Gen 2 did either. I think it might be Snorunt.
I was thinking Snorunt, yeah.
I'm trying to think through Gen 2 real fast. I don't know that there was a pure ice.
Because Gen 1 was like Cloyster and Lapras, and Gen 2 was Weavile.
Yeah.
Was there one in it was Sneasel, it was Swinub.
Swinub, yeah.
Delibird, which was flying type.
Yep. Yeah, I think it might be Snorunt.
And I don't think there's any other in Gen 3 except for the Snorunt line and the Regice, and Regice is after it, technically.
Obviously that's later, yeah.
Yeah. Remember, is there anything else ice type in Gen 3? I don't think there is. I think it's just Snorunt.
Yeah, lock in.
Lock
in.
We're locking in Snorunt?
Yeah.
Snorunt is correct.
Wow. Yeah, because my mind went right to Glalie at least, and I'm like, there's Glalie. I don't know what else is there. Like, I can't think of anything else before it off the top of my head, but I always want to check.
Yep. All right. Well, your next question is your Pokedex entry question, as always. This is going to come to you from Jeffy the Dragon 12, and he would like to know. Oh my gosh, this is a good one.
Oh,
it's
wow.
Pokemon Go Pokedex entry state. I did it. Like that's a new level. I'm into this. This Pokemon has a dream of one day soaring in the sky. In doomed efforts to fly, this Pokemon hurls itself off cliffs.
Bagon.
As a result of its dives, its head has grown tough and as hard as tempered steel. Yeah, I was reading that and I'm like, I know this one. Who's that Pokemon? It's Bagon. It's Bagon. Yep. That's correct. That's 2 points for you guys right there. Yeah.
That's cool that Go has them.
It's nice that it has them. Yeah, that means there could be more. But I think that one was just like a lengthened version of the original.
Yeah,
because it sounded like it was lengthened.
I think so. So the hint entry, if you would have ever needed one, comes from Pokemon Emerald. Although it is small, this Pokemon is very powerful because its body is a bundle of muscles. It launches headbutts with an iron-like skull. All right. Well, you guys are 4 for 3 right now, so that means the next question is your multiple answer question, where you get something like 2 points, up to 2 points. That's what I'm saying. This one has 5 answers. I'm only going to need 4 of them, two answers per point. If you get all 5, you can pat yourself on the back. This is from the Gods Field. I love these names. Oh my gosh, so many new people in the trivia. The move Technoblast can be 5 different types, depending on what drive Genesect holds. What are the 5 types
technically one is normal.
Can be?
Like, so it's normal.
You do have to lock
ice,
them in.
Water, electric, fire.
Those are all 5.
Yeah.
You guys got 2 points.
Woo!
Yeah, because it's the 4 drive, and then it's normally a normal
Congrats.
type. So
Exactly.
Good job, guys.
I remember Genesect.
Yep.
I was waiting for you to say what are the names of the drives.
Burn drive.
Splash drive, I think.
It's not flash drive.
Splash,
I don't think.
Just call it
SP.
flash
Oh,
drive.
splash. Splash with the
drive?
water one. Yeah, that was what it was.
Flash drive.
Oh, I heard flash
That
drive, and
would've
I'm like, that would have been a really funny
Yeah.
joke. That would have been a clever joke, Seth.
I don't remember the other one. That might be shock drive or something, but I can't remember.
Yeah.
All right. Your last question is your base stat question, as always. You haven't used the hint yet, so just as a
Ooh.
heads up, you can get all 8 here. This is going to come from Potatoot 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like potato, but with a toot at the end. Out of all fully evolved flying types, which one has the
Fully
lowest
evolved
base
flying.
speed?
Lowest base speed. Okay.
Are there trick room birds?
Are there trick room birds or just trick room flyers like
Yeah.
Skarmory's 70? I know they're
That's not
slower.
well, is Skarmory fully evolved?
Yeah. I mean, it's the only one in its family, so
Okay. I just don't know. I just don't know if that considers fully evolved.
I think it's just like it's in the
Is it
final stage if it
final
has
stage?
multiple.
Okay.
There's got to be slower than that though for sure.
Yeah, because Skarmory like 70.
Yeah, Skarmory 70, it's pretty good. Like Corviknight is what, 60, 65, something like that.
Corviknight's slower. Oh, Toucanon?
Toucanon is low, yeah.
I think Toucanon's like 45.
Yeah, that's definitely in the running.
Maybe like 50 or 60, but it's definitely low.
Is there a weird non-bird flyer? Celesteela. What's Celesteela?
Oh, God.
65 or 70. I think it was about the same as Skarmory.
I don't remember Celesteela
But it has to be
at
a
all.
prime number, so 61 maybe.
Yeah.
So I think Toucanon's so far the good ones.
I can't think of anything else like past Toucanon, really.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like, what did I like? I would like Trick Room Mons.
Yeah, thinking like what's a good weird trick rumor?
Fly.
Flying, fighting, fire, electric. Is there a weird flying electric that's slow? That doesn't seem on
Right.
brand. Fire.
No.
Not fire. Flying grass. Tropios? What's Tropios?
Oh, I don't know. Tropius? No, I think Tropius is like 55.
I think it's higher than Toucanon.
Yeah, I think it's higher than Toucanon.
Flying water. Nope. Flying ground.
Pelipper's
Is there
faster.
That's Gliscor. No.
Gliscor's is fine. High enough, yeah.
I'm just kind of going through the types. As you
Yeah,
can hear me
You're
doing.
good. You're good.
Flying dragon. Any slowed flying dragons? Dragonite salamence. No, both of those are high.
No, like 80 and 90 or something
Altaria.
like that. Altaria is fast enough.
Yeah, 70, 80, something in there.
I think we have to go Toucanon.
I'm good with that answer. I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
I can't think of anything in the short enough time to probably get anywhere else.
Yeah. All right.
Toucanon.
Yes, we're gonna try for the perfect.
Toucanon.
Oh
Toucanon is unfortunately incorrect. The answer is I said answer.
Oh.
The answer is Vespiquen. Vespiquen has 40. Toucanon's on the list of like the top ones. Next
the
is an
turtle.
Amorous Therian form with 46.
Okay.
And then there's Tropius at 51. And then Farfetch'd and Toucanon at 60.
Wow.
Yeah, both of them are 60. So, I mean, you were on the list.
That's good.
So, like, you didn't miss the mark entirely. You were on the map.
Heck yeah.
You were on the list. That does change up our standings before the end of the year. I told Bo that. So, the way this is working now, for those of you who are new, is that we're only doing the trivia score up until about December, where we're going to take the top 4. And there's going to be an extra show around the holidays. Or not an extra show, but a show around the holidays now, instead of just Thatch going, happy holidays, everyone, for 30 seconds. And it's going to be the top 4 facing off against each other to fight for, I don't know what, maybe a $25 Arby's gift card or something. And Bo is going to host it, but I told Bo, I'm like, if you win it, you can't host it. Because right now, Bo is in first place with 8 points. Tied for second in a 4-way tie are Whimsicott Sublime, Seth Vilo, and Dr. Shamu. Everybody else has yet to get on the board in our race to December. It's not even a race anymore. It's just like, get as many points as you can. All right, with that said, guys, we're going to go ahead and kick it on over to our topic. Hey, Thatch here. A lot of you have been asking how you can hang out with us during the week. Well, The best way to do so is come to our Discord server at puclpodcast.com. You can join our server and you can hang out with us, talk Pokemon, battle, do a bunch of cool things, join in our tournaments. So what's stopping you? Come on over, puclpodcast.com. You can jump right on in and have a good time talking with the hosts of the show, as well as the large community we've gathered over the years. So come on, let's hang out. Welcome to our topic. Our topic today is making moves better, moves/abilities, making Pokemon things better. So the idea today is it's very similar to an episode that Shamu and I were on not too long ago, where we went through the types and tried to make them have a thing, kind of like how ice types were immune to hail or rock types were immune to sandstorm and get a slight buff.
Fixing types, but this time we're fixing moves and moves and some abilities.
We're making them more thematic or making them fit a little bit better.
So we've thrown together a list of just like ideas of moves that are, you know, maybe a little weird or maybe not good or not on theme or something like that, and we're just going to kind of live in front of you attempt to fix them so they're a little better or cooler or something like that. So yeah absolutely. I do like the one that you brought up before the show or before this segment started. That like the Roar of Time. I think that's like a good example of a move that like, yeah, it's functional and it works and it's not like particularly bad. Dragon type Hyper Beam is basically what it is. It's just like 150 and then you have to recharge.
They've done this, but they've done this since, haven't they? Like, there's other Dragon type Hyper Beams.
I don't think so.
No.
Okay.
Meteor is the only other thing that comes to mind.
They should do a thing where it like forces your opponent to flinch or something because they're like stuck in they're like paused in time. Would be cool.
High flinch rate or something like that, but that'd probably be too much on it, to be honest, for that type of move with no recharge. Or if they did a Hyper Beam with a flinch chance.
Yeah, with a flinch chance, I think
it would be really sacky though.
That would feel legendary. It would feel legendary.
But it's like a flinch that happens next turn, so you're both sitting there doing nothing.
Oh, that would be... Actually, I'd be into that. Like a chance that like the recharge turn is...
It's a chance at a turn skip, essentially, which is why I think that's...
Actually, everyone's paused in time.
Yeah, 'cause that's why I feel like it would be thematic if you kept it Hyper Beam, but also like don't make it guaranteed, because at that point why do that, you know?
That's also more unique than my idea. My idea was just make it, because, you know, it's Dialga's signature move. Dialga's the god of time. Make it a Dragon Future Sight, so it lands at a different time than it's used. So that, I kind of like this idea a little bit.
I like both. I like both of those. I think they're both good. They did come out with another Dragon type Hyper Beam, by the way. Yeah, it's called Eterna Beam. It's only for a tournament, but... Oh,
yeah. It's been culled since then, though, so...
No, I don't think Eterna Beam's culled. Oh, nope, you're correct. It is culled, yep.
It, like, briefly became the Eternamax Eternatus.
Oh, that's right.
And it did it from the hand, so it was like, okay, cool, yeah, I can actually use this in a fight, technically.
Yeah.
So, whatever. Yeah. Why did they take it away? That's really dumb.
Yep.
Oh, well.
They didn't want to model it.
I guess, maybe.
That's probably it, actually. Because without the static, especially without the static, like, camera.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Oh, yeah, that's very true. That's right.
They didn't want to model it.
The modeling would have been terrible.
Yep. Another thought that I had for just kind of taking a move that's kind of garbage in its current form and just making one change that makes it better is just Snap Trap. If you don't know what that move is, I don't blame you. It's these...
Nobody knows what that is, Seth. Stop pretending like people know what it is.
I love Snap Trap. No, it doesn't need... No, Snap Trap needs no changes.
Snap Trap needs no changes.
It's fine.
It is the signature move of Galarian Stunfisk, that famous Pokemon. And my simple change is Galarian Stunfisk is a steel ground Pokemon until it's not.
Which is always because it's got Mimicry. So it turns into a grass type and then you Snap Trap.
If you have a grassy terrain out, sure. What I would say is just make that a steel type move. Like, it doesn't make any sense why it's grass type anyway, because it's a bear trap. What are bear traps made of? Not grass, I can tell you that. So Just making it steel type so it actually gets stab on the stupid move. It's not even a good move. It's just like a fire spin trapping move.
It would be better on like a Pokemon, like not exactly like Snap Trap, but the idea of giving a Pokemon a signature move that's not its type would be better to give it to something like Delmise, where it gets the ability that it gets the third stab.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree with that.
No, in reality though, with the name of the move and the Pokemon, it makes more sense to be essentially a bear trap. And honestly, like a grass,
it should be steel type. It should be steel type. Yeah, I agree.
It should be steel type, but like they're the very easy.
What's the Japanese name for Snap Trap is my next question. Because like, is it like in Japanese, like they're like, yeah, Snap Trap it actually means like grass type snaggle.
No, it's like foothold trap.
Hold trap. It's literally just a bear trap.
And the animation is straight up just a metal bear trap.
And the animation is a bear trap.
Okay, foothold trap. Yeah, the animation is a bear trap, but foothold trap could be, like the like kind of generic, like the vine over the ground that's typed and people trip over it.
I don't know. With the animation being a bear trap, though, I think it's meant to be a bear trap.
The animation being a bear trap contradicts that, but the name of the move makes me think more of a vine tripping over a vine. I just think there was some miscommunication there on their end.
No, it should be a steel type move.
But it should be a steel type, no, 100%. Because again, when you're showing a bear trap of the animation that's a steel type, I think they did the animation after the move was designed and they looked at the Pokemon and go, oh, is this thing a move? It's like a bear trap. Okay, bear trap animation, done. And they didn't think about anything past that.
No. They balanced it. Because Galarian Stunfisk was too strong.
It also learns it at level 45. Oh my gosh.
What?
I also feel like Stunfisk might have been meant to be like a ground grass, though, instead of a steel type, too. I think that might have been part. I just think this Pokemon did not, I think there's a lot of miscommunication there.
It's fine. It is base 35. This isn't even a good move.
No, it's not. But, like, this would change it a little. It's Fire Spin.
It's bad Fire Spin. Like, oh my gosh. Okay, never mind. Okay, moving on. Let's move on. Or we're just going to be like, this is the worst move that's ever existed.
Yeah, what do you got? What's one on here that you like, Shamu?
Flying Press. Just make it freeze dry. Done. So if it's super effective to one, it works. If it's super effective to the other, it works. Don't make it both simultaneously. Make it check. Check to be opportunist. So,
whole thing about Flying Press is I'm confused.
Yes, I am always confused about how Flying Press works.
I would say instead of making it simultaneously, check to go, do you, if it resists, make it a fighting type move, but only check for flying if it's also weak to flying.
Yeah, okay, like if the Pokemon would normally have a weakness to flying, but not the fighting part, it would apply super effective damage?
Oh, I see.
Make it beneficial, make it no negatives. Just make it okay, check if it's super effective or effective, then work. If it's resistant, don't modify it if it's resistant.
Also increase base power so people will actually want to run it.
So if you hit a rock type, for instance, who is weak to fighting but resists flying, right now in its current form it would be neutral damage because it's applying both flying and fighting simultaneously. But in this current iteration, since one of them is super effective, it would apply it as a fighting type move, dealing super effective damage.
Yes, I see what it's saying. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, because I think that makes it a viable move. Because, Freeze Dry is used just for the thing of hitting a water Pokemon because it resists, a water typing that would, make the ice resistance or ice weakness go away or something like that or whatever. It makes it better. And it's
I dig it.
It's a fairly easy, maybe not easy, but it's a fairly quick fix in theory of just boom.
Yeah.
One that I think we can go through, super quick that's on this list. Only because, I agree with it wholeheartedly. Only because I thought it was this way before reading the list.
Oh, no.
Is Smelling Salts.
Oh, yeah.
Smelling Salts, the attack's power is doubled if the opponent's paralyzed and then cures it. Either way, Smelling Salts is also, just, a decent power move, when you're playing through games.
Mm-hmm.
And the change that's on here is, make it fighting. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, but it is fighting. And it absolutely is not. It absolutely is not.
If I remember right, Hariyama's signature, too. It's such a weird move.
You know what else learns it? Licky Licky.
On here it says why para. I'm actually okay with the paralysis because the idea is you're trying to wake them up from whatever they're in.
Oh, for what it's worth, it has been cold.
I think it should also work on sleep. It should wake you up if you're sleeping. It should force you to wake up.
A couple different things because Smelling Salts, what are they? They're you see him in the stupid cartoons and movies and things like that. It's like you're knocked out. Oh, you're back up. Okay, cool. Work on sleep and para, maybe? I don't know. Wake up slap too.
Yeah, like sleep and para. Wake up slap is in the same vein. Yeah, I think it should. I think it shouldn't get all of those, or it'd be like busted. It should get one, either fighting type, or it should also wake up sleeping.
I'd be okay with having a move that just goes, cool, it's reverse facade. And it doesn't, like, stay that way. It goes...
Oh, reverse facade would be cool. I'm into that.
Yeah, that's what this could be turned into. Oh, you are status. I will smack you for double. You are now cured of your status, so I can't spam this move.
I like that.
But it works on like all of them instead of just like one at a time.
Yeah, it should cure para. It should cure para if it works on para, like double damage on para. It should cure it.
It does cure it, so there is that.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, it does. It cures the paralysis. So I'm saying you use it as a...
How is this move been out for like 20-some years and I don't know how it works?
I know, right?
Because it's been gone for the last 2 gens. It's fine.
That's true, too.
It was cold. It was cold. You are correct. Because it didn't need to exist, but that's a whole other thing.
Also, it's not signature anymore. Oh, wow, a lot of things get this.
Yeah, it's not. Lots of things got it. I think it's still signature for, like, learn set, but it has to be bred.
Hariyama learned it by level. Everything else has to learn it by breeding.
Nothing like crazy gets it, though.
So it's still technically a signature move, but whatever.
Technically, yeah. But yeah, no, you just make it, okay, you are status, I hit you, I do double of 70, which is also facade space power. So I hit you for double. I connect, you are cured of whatever status you have, so I can't just click this again for double damage. If you are a toxic or burn or Pokemon, cool, you're getting screwed by this move. Yeah, it's a way to punish that, which I think is fine. We don't have a way to really punish that, other than like Venoshock, which is not seen really, unless you're doing something on your own team with like toxic spikes. Yeah, like, I think this is fine.
You build a team around it, and that's fine.
Yeah. Like, there's some good Pokemon. Makes Explode, like, okay, to a degree.
Mm-hmm.
Not really, but, like, Licky as well, getting normal stab on it. That makes it a mon that can do something with it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have another one in here, Seth?
Sure, I've got one.
I mean, there's a lot in here. You made the list.
There are a lot. I just kind of went through and found some just weird ones that could use a little bit of tweaking. One near and dear to my heart that might be suddenly more relevant once ZA actually comes out is the move Core Enforcer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is another one that if you don't know what it does, I don't blame you. It's Zygarde, one of Zygarde's many signature moves. It's the special one that draws the Z laser beam on the ground and suppresses the target's ability if it has one. Can we make it physical, please? Why is it...
Actually, I don't entirely agree with it. Let me look at Zygarde stats before I tell you this.
So Zygarde has 91 special attack and 100 attack.
Yeah, so actually I'm okay with that then.
At the complete form, which is probably why you're using it, but at normal it's 81.
I'm actually okay with that based on like how like even it is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with it. I think of something like Lucario, right?
It just prevents you from using like a correct nature and like EVing right and things like that. I
know, but I think it's something like Lucario that used to be run as like a mixed attacker. We remember back in Pokemon we used to have mixed attackers,
right?
I think about mixed attackers, and I'm just like, yeah, that's fine. Like, I don't know, I have no problem with Zygarde having that as a.
So this does have an ability though already. So if the Pokemon the user has inflicted damage on have already used their move, so if you're using this after that Pokemon has attacked, this move eliminates the effect of the target's ability.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was speed-based. The thing, too, about that is this, like, Core Enforcer, Zygarde is the Order Pokemon. It came out at the same time as, Xerneas and Yveltal, so it's their trio. And normal Zygarde had the ability Aura Break, which, deletes the effect of Fairy Aura and Dark Aura specifically.
It reverses them.
It reverses them and makes them so they're actually decreasing in power. Complete Zygarde does not have that ability, and so Core Enforcer in my mind was meant to kind of take its place and be like, no, I can still eliminate their abilities. Yeah, we're fine. Problem, it's a dragon type move. You can't hit Xerneas. You can hit Yveltal, but you can't hit Xerneas with it, so you're not doing anything. And I wish that Core what is it? The power construct ability, if you are in the complete form, become Aura Break or something, please.
It should add on. It should be like an as one type ability, right? Like with Calyrex. I agree with that.
That should be fixed. I think we leave Core Enforcer alone, but I think we change that to be as one, essentially, where it's like 2 abilities in one. That's what we need to do.
When it is the complete form, you gain the effect of Aura Break. So you can actually do your job again.
You can do your job. You had 1 job, Xerneas.
You had 1 job. You're supposed to keep them in order.
All right. What else do we have? Let me take a look again. Okay. Can we? You put all of the old moves for Vespiquen in there, and I want to go through all of them.
Yeah.
Because I have stupid ideas.
Heal Order is cold, but yeah, it should just be recover.
Heal Order is just recover, so I don't know. We could just delete it. I'm not gonna lie.
It really should have just been recover.
Even if it was like, if it could have been like a recover or a wish type deal, even like you're doing a heal order where it's like a turn or 2 delayed like healing.
I would say a turn. You put it at the order, and then the next turn you're healed.
Or another idea that I'm having, because like you mentioned one move that's making me think of these, and they're orders, so they're kind of supposed to be affecting the hive. Make them have something like a beat up type effect where it heals.
You know, actually making it a beat up.
10 or 15% per Pokemon that you have currently.
15 would be too much. I think 10 you do.
12.5.
1/8. Yeah, I can see 1/8.
Okay, yeah, so it's a little bit better than a recover.
Yeah, you want it to. Well, in some scenarios, it can be better than recover. Yeah.
Make it break even at like 2 knockouts.
I'm okay with like an 1/8, yeah, like an 1/8 per Pokemon or something like that. That's fine. Or you can even make it a little lower and also cure status or something.
I still stand by my pre-recording mention for attack order. It's a beat up attack based on how many male Combi are in your party. Because male Combi is useless and has no other purpose in life.
Except making my attacks stronger.
Except making Vespiquen's attacks a little bit better.
Male Combi, lend me your spirit.
It's a bad Pokemon using a worse Pokemon to make attacks.
Think of it like Dragon Darts.
Oh my gosh, that's even funnier.
Honestly, that's a cool idea.
I would be more okay with a Dragon Dart. I don't want to turn this into a beat up. Also, like, this is the only bug crit move.
That's true, yeah.
That's why I'm like, it's like, I like attack order as is, but the issue is nothing else gets it.
My idea for fixing attack order, just to make it more unique and thematic, was it becomes kind of like either Gear Grind or something like that. Maybe, I guess, Dragon Darts, where it's 3 hits and each one is 30 base power. 30 base power, high crit rate. So bop, 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 3 Bs thrown at you. That's the animation.
Actually, that would be pretty cool because
you could do that. Maybe like, or you could even make it like a triple axle X effect, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some sort of flavor on like a 3-hit move of like either like a triple axle or kind of just like it's gonna be 3-hit with high crit.
And you just do 3 because it rhymes with B.
Well, I think I just like the multi-hit with. I like the concept of the multi-hit with the bees. It's just because that makes it make sense of like, you're just commanding the bees to attack. You're commanding the other Combi, and it does give it like it makes it.
You are ordering the attack,
and it kind of makes sense. It's just, yeah, I don't want to do that. I won't do that as a beat up because that seems a bit.
Yeah.
Beat up is not really a great move except for gimmicks.
Yeah, exactly.
What can we do about defend order?
Defend order.
It boosts, but it sharply increases. I'm coming up with this on the spot. Defend order sharply increases the defensive stat that is the highest of the 2 that your opponent on the field currently has.
I'm okay with that. Like kind of like a download almost.
Yeah, but for your defenses.
Maybe download / side shell arm, but for like your opponent's like maybe.
I'm okay with that.
Whatever offensive stat is higher, it does both. If they're equal, it does both.
Yeah, it's kind of like a weird anticipation almost, where you like it checks whatever their stat, like highest attacking stat is, and you get a defense.
I would love anything to make VGC spreads even more complicated. Like I added 4 EVs here so that
I've got to watch out for the Vespiquen.
So because of Vespiquen, even though nobody runs it,
and if they're somehow like tied, you get 1 in each.
Yeah, exactly. Because if you're sharply increasing, it either applies 2 in 1 or each to each. That would be cool.
I like it though; it just checks.
I'm liking all these new moves that have been coming out recently that do those kind of things and kind of check the field or whatever.
They're being more free with what they can do. Yeah,
I liked
which
those.
is nice. It's glad to see that they're actually able to like able and willing to do some more weird things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I like that. Like, it checks.
I've also got a couple abilities on here. Like I mentioned the Aura Break. One that I would like to see, just because I'm selfish and constantly want this Pokemon to be better, is make RKS System a useless ability in battle and works outside of battle, and memories are key items that you use to change its type. This allows Silvally to hold an item.
Yeah, I would just say, yeah, just like, it's a form thing. Just let it have an item.
It's a form change ability. Yeah.
I would just say, like, let it hold an item. Just make it. We already have all of these ways to make a form, and they're all generally key items, except for, like, I think the, Dialga and Palkia, Giratina, I think they all have hold items specifically. But, like...
Yeah, they do.
Everything else is, like, yes, they do.
Are they hold items, or are they key items now?
They're hold items.
Are they? Okay.
Yes,
maybe I'm thinking Legends, and that's why...
Legends is different. In the game, they are a held item. You have to have, like, the new Lustrous Orb, whatever it's called, or the adamant thing. You have to actually give them the hold and it changes the form. But, like, everything else is a key item. Like, the Kyurem is a key item. The Genies are the Dream Mirror. S1 is the Reigns. They're all key items, except for, like, those ones as far as I'm aware. Like, even Rotom. Rotom's just an interact and you do it. So, yeah, I think the memory, or, like, you have, like, a weird, like, memory catalog type thing of, like, not catalog.
A DVD case.
Yeah, you have this, like, memory case, thing for all the floppy drives. I actually have one of those.
I think I've got a couple for my old, like, DVDs. Things like that. Things that I've kept hold of. But yeah, one of those as a key item. Like, oh, now it's grass type, but I can hold it.
Make it a key item interaction, let it hold an item. Done. Yeah.
That would be the last buff it needs, along with a recovery move. Yeah. There's one that was brought up when I was considering and did this topic kind of discussion with some folks. Linian brought this one up. The move Ring Out. Another one where if you don't know it...
Yeah, that's just like a bad move.
Yeah, it's a weird one. It's
a special that does more damage with the more HP they have. It should just be physical. Because, like, I don't know why they thought Ring Out is a thing of a palm, like, a hand, like, spinning in a circle on a...
Yeah, like with the towel to get the extra water out. How's that special? Why is it special?
Because the water is a special move.
And then let me throw you a different way then, because the Ring Out would be cool. Ring Out would be really cool if it was physical for the normal things. But there is one move that is the same move, but Crush Grip, which is the signature move of Regigigas. What's the problem with Regigigas? Slow start. Exactly. So make Regigigas' version special, so it can actually use it for the first couple of turns while it's getting there, but Ring Out physical.
Well, Crush Grip doesn't sound like a special move. If I'm going to crush... No, but if I'm going to Crush Grip, then why would we just, like, not swap the moves? Give Regigigas Ring Out if we already have the special on it. Like, that's... I get, like, it should have a...
Unless you're doing it like the animation is instead of your hand doing it, like the earth comes up and grips you and crushes you, that could be justifiably special.
I guess. I don't know. That feels like also like...
It's hard. This is more just making it able to be better used than anything.
Totally. I agree Ring Out should be like a physical move because what they show, but the justification with Regigigas doesn't really work for that, I don't think. I don't think that...
Exactly, yeah. I'd like to see that. That'd be cool.
I would have loved if it got like a special move or something, just to kind of fix it.
Something to do to pass the time.
Or make Slow Start something better, but Slow Start is generally just more of a hindrance to the mon to like keep it in check.
Did Gigas finally get access to Protect?
I don't remember.
I think it didn't have it forever. It does. It does have it.
Yeah, because they didn't want to give it away to Stall. Yeah.
Exactly. For the longest time, it couldn't... I think it was Protect that it didn't have access to.
Does it have access to Protect?
It does. I'm looking right now. It's a TM as of right now.
Oh, there it is. Oh, it learned it. It just learned it by level.
I'm seeing a thing for Regigigas in its slumbering state, which is just a ball? What? When is this?
There was a thing. It was probably like an anime thing, actually. I vaguely remember this.
Also, Varoom getting slow start is hilarious to me.
Yes, that one. Well, because it's like a cold engine.
It's a diesel engine, yeah, but it's only Varoom, not Revavroom.
Yeah, it was the anime. It was the anime thing. They like had it slumber. It was almost in the same vein of like, you know how in Black and White we get like the white stone and the black stone.
Oh yeah. Okay. So is the beta test.
It was the anime version of that, yeah.
The weird things you learn browsing to look up moves.
Pokemon moves are honestly a wild ride.
Oh, this stupid one.
Flower Veil?
Flower Veil. Do you know what it does? It prevents stat drops and volatile status from self and allies, but only if you're grass type. Do you know the Pokemon that have this ability? Not grass types.
I would say, like, make it use...
Well, I think that's fine. For double battles, actually, I kind of like that for double battles, because...
I would just... It's weird that it specifies self and allies when none of the selves have the ability to take advantage of it.
To be fair, Comfey's also never running it either, so...
Right, but regardless, it would be cool if it just like worked on the holder and a grass type on your side.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah, like, I think a lot of these moves that they have, they try to do a lot of weird things with, like, if it's this type or if this is out on the field. I wish they kind of made that restriction like this, or maybe a terrain, like with this I wish it was like grass type and or if grassy terrain was up, it would work on any Pokemon in you're paired with, or on anything that's on your side. Same thing with like Rototiller as a move, where it only raises the stats of grass types on the field. Make it if it's like, if there's grassy terrain, it works on any mon on your side of the field.
That'd be cool, actually.
Just like something, you know, because these moves are just like, what am I going to use Rototiller with? Nothing, because A, barely anything gets Rototiller that would want to use it as a support move, and then also like...
It does no damage, right?
No, it's just a status move.
Yeah, even worse. What the heck?
And it's also just like, there are these moves they made that are just kind of like, had something in mind, but no one did anything with it because it wasn't worth it. That the cost to do that was essentially them losing the fight. Cause like, I'm gonna use Rototiller. Cool, you got both your month one shot because you didn't do anything with that turn. It's I can't think of the word for it, but whatever. It's just, yeah, it's one of those.
Inefficient is the word I think of.
Oh, I want to bring up?
Yeah, I think this might be the last one, just for...
It was brought up in the Discord when someone just randomly said this. I think it was Togenik, actually. Pickup.
Oh, the ability? I actually like Pickup.
I like Pickup, but it's like, what if it did more? And a lot of us were talking about it, and I think the thing kind of came up to what was... I'm forgetting what we ended up coming up with. Because it was like Pickup and Runaway were the two people ended up talking about. Can I find this real quick? Might have to get a little cut. So I just want to remember what we said, because
I'm looking at what it does at the moment.
Because mostly a utility move. It's out of combat. Like, it's...
No, I like it. It's more out of combat. I like it. I think this is Thatch speaking, not the community, obviously. I really enjoy having things that only work in like the overworld for playthroughs like this. I find it more immersive. I understand the desire to be like every ability should do something in battle, but I really like the idea that like, oh hey, like for example, I'm doing like a Nuzlocke of Emerald right now for funsies.
Mm-hmm.
I really like just like having my Zigzagoon / Linoon like hanging out in the party just to like pick up cool items.
I remember what happened. We talked about Pickup, and we shifted to... It was also Runaway was part of that, and Runaway was the one we ended up actually talking about.
Runaway is a slightly worse ability. I agree with that. I think Runaway's pretty bad.
But we kind of thought it's like, why... Runaway should just kind of work like the Shed Shell, where it lets you like escape trapping and stuff, and like switching out in singles, because it doesn't let you do that.
Runaway could do more than just letting you get out of battles. It should also let you get out of...
It should let you... Yeah, it should let you run away from trapping.
I do like the idea of getting you out of like Fire Spin, or our new favorite move, Snap Trap.
Shadow Tag.
Because Runaway works against wild Pokemon, like in those scenarios, but does not work in a trainer battle in those scenarios.
I'm seeing too that even Pickup has some utility in battle now as of Generation 5.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm reading this. At the end of the turn in which another Pokemon used a one-time use item, including something thrown with Fling or using Natural Gift, a Pokemon with Pickup will collect the item if they are not holding anything.
That's fine. That's kind of what I was thinking of, like if you knocked off or like something like that for that. But I think Runaway was what we were talking about. I remember it started with Pickup and then we got to like Runaway too.
Yeah, I like these ones, even if they... Like, Illuminate is a good example, and it sets a precedent of them going back and fixing things, even like Pickup does too, where Illuminate used to not do anything in battle, but now prevents your accuracy from being lowered. It's another Keen Eye reskin. It's not big, but just let it do something.
And it has out of combat utility because it makes encounters less frequent, which it doesn't exactly matter now, but that's what it was back in the day.
Yeah, I think now it's that way just to give it a use, so it's not a literally completely useless ability.
Yeah, because a lot of these random, a lot of the random useless moves, like the early useless moves of like the key, not key and eye exactly, but like the own tempos, the stuff. They got the intimidate buff. They've got some other passive buffs. Like they've done stuff to these old ones. Like a bunch of things just got immune to intimidate. Cool. That's good enough.
I'm into it.
And they could even do something like that with some of these for other concepts or abilities of like, the runaway mon can't be trapped. Quick feet, you can't be trapped. Like, those types of things, like these moves give them this little, like, I don't want to say hidden ability, but like, as they kind of cull some abilities, kind of take them and just tack them onto these other, like, weaker abilities we already have.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, also I think with Magician and Pickpocket are the same ability, but they're on different mons because...
Yes.
Hidden abilities and stuff.
Thematic reasons or whatever.
Because that was the initial thing with, like, Pickup, is making it into, like, a Magician Pickpocket, but it kind of already is with what that Generation 5 buff was.
Kind of. It's consumable item specifically, but yes.
Or but we said fling.
If it's a consumable item, I think.
As opposed to, like, one thing that's been taking OU by storm, actually, fun fact, is Pickpocket Tinkaton with Air Balloon, wherein it gets in, it has its air balloon popped, and the second its air balloon is popped, it steals the opponent's item. So there's cool things like that you could do. Like,
you could even just make Pickup work with, like, knockoff. Oh, if there's a way, if you remove your opponent, if your opponent's item is essentially removed from, like, knocked off, thrown, consumed, it'll be picked up.
The most recent item knocked off is picked up.
That's the way to fix that, too. But yeah, it's like, there's a lot of things they can do. It's just, we need to see I'd like to see some more precedent on what they're willing to do with some of these abilities, too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are they willing to, the Intimidate one was a really cool, like, thing that they did. Like, these things are immune to Intimidate, which gives them a VGC buff, you know? It's like, what if they end up changing, like, the starter abilities, like the Blaze Torrent Overgrow in some weird way?
That would be nice to see a slight buff to those. I agree.
I really want to see what they're willing to do. Because we can just say, what's the word? Oh, Flamethrower. Flamethrower's crap. We need it better. And then they go, okay, and they make it like a 250 base move. It's like, why? Like, they're not gonna do that.
Recreate.
Yeah, like, I'd like to see I more or less wanted to bring up the point. I'd like to see what they will do so we can kind of gauge ourselves, you know? Because maybe these are reasonable. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're not good enough. Maybe they are too good. Who knows?
Well, that's a question for our fans now.
Yeah, there you go.
What moves did we miss? What moves and abilities did we miss? Send that in to us at puclpodcast@gmail.com. And yeah, send those in to us. We'd love to read them next week. But until then, guys, this has been our topic. And we're going to kick it on over then to our Pokemon of the episode. We'll catch you on the flip-flop.
Poke of the episode.
Welcome to our Pokemon of the episode. Our Pokemon of the episode this week is National Dex number 486, Regigigas, the Colossal Pokemon.
Its Pokemon Legends Arceus entry states, according to the legend, Regigigas pulled landmasses together and bound them with rope to create the continent of Hisui. Though I have my doubts, the story could well contain a shred of truth.
Though I have my doubts. Yeah, I would doubt that as well. I would also doubt.
I mean, given it's only 12 feet tall, that's
12 feet tall? Like, how much does it weigh? It doesn't even weigh that much, right? It's less than 1,000 pounds.
Well, nothing weighs that much in Pokemon, if we're being real. Even Celesteela does not weigh as much as it should.
Let me look that. Yeah, but like, okay, I would, if somebody told me like Groudon moved the continents, I'd be like, yeah, I believe that.
Yeah, but like Wailord's size versus weight ratio means it's about the density of styrofoam. Makes a little sense, but also,
this checks out. Yeah, I mean, there are some heavier Pokemon. Like the heaviest Pokemon is, I guess
Celesteela and Cosmoem.
It's Cosmoem. But like Groudon's up there, and so is Eternatus, and you know Mudsdale.
Yeah.
Mudsdale weighs more than the Pokemon that towed the continents. What is happening?
Exactly. Like the weights are always just kind of meh.
I love the headcanon that the community has of like a child is just writing these like
that weighs 1,000 pounds.
He's only 1,000 pounds. What?
Like some real life horses weigh more than Celesteela.
Yes.
That's stupid.
Regigigas has stats, but they're mostly encumbered by the slow start ability.
Yes.
that it has. It's got 160 attack, but that turns into 80 for the first 5 turns. 100 speed, which turns into 50 for the first 5 turns. And it's got. It's
good,
bulky boy. It's a bulky boy though. 110 HP, 110 defense, 110 special defense. Go for it.
Got to check for that Vespiquen.
For that Vespiquen. For that Vespiquen, you gotta.
Like, it's very bulky. It's really just hindered by slow start, which essentially makes it like 80 attack.
I mean, to be fair, it did see a lot of play in VGC for a while.
Because of wheezing.
Because of wheezing with neutralizing gas, which technically could still happen now. I don't know if anybody is like. Well, no, did Regigigas make it into Scarlet and Violet at all?
Ooh, good question.
I don't know if Regigigas made it in.
No, I don't think it did.
I don't think it did. I don't think it's
Scarlet Violet Pokemon Home. Yep, it's in as of version 3.
Oh, it's in. It is in. Okay.
It's in. Okay, good. It did make it in, but it
did
is.
Wheezing?
It might have been in with the Indigo Disc or something.
Yeah, because you can go get it from somewhere.
Well, you can get it from they tried to make, I think, all the Pokemon that were in Legends Arceus available in Scarlet and Violet.
Oh yeah.
That way you could transfer everything for just in case Legend. They do this very often with I've noticed with like the Dexit stuff. Is that if a Pokemon was new in the generation beforehand, it's going to be available eventually.
Yeah.
In the next game, just so that you can play with the new toys, right? Play with the toys that you just got.
If they give you a bunch of new Pokemon in one game, they make sure they're at least mostly usable in the next game. So you can just
well, the thing is, like, if it were me anyway, like doing the Galarian Weezing stuff, because I believe Weezing is available in Gen 9. If it were me, my personal belief would be I want to run Slaking. Like, I would do Slaking. Why not just have a good time? Let Slaking go wild. And I don't think Regigigas is considered a restricted anyway, so
I don't think so. But
I think let me check something. I'm curious the difference because they both have the same BST. I'm saying once the actual difference.
Slaking
Slaking
I think
has
is
more
slower.
HP. No, it's same speed. So Slaking
they're both
has
100.
Slaking is 150, 160. So more HP, same attack, 100 defense, 95 special attack, 65 special defense, and 100 speed. So it's
just that
giving up your
Regigigas is
special
bulkier.
defense.
It's just bulkier.
Yeah.
That's all.
I'm reading through some things about Gigas, and I'm learning some weird things.
Yeah,
like trivia.
Yeah, some weird trivia. Like, it says Regigigas is a skilled craftsman. It created golems out of inanimate objects and elemental energies in its image. Of course, that's what the other golems are. But Regigigas is also capable of controlling these legendary giants, even if they already belong to a different trainer.
Oh,
I'm very curious where that came from.
What
episode of the anime did it take someone's Regice and nope.
No. So in the anime, the Frontier Brains exist as people. And Brandon has a bunch of legendaries, including the Reggies, and Regigigas takes control of the Reggies in those episodes.
How interesting.
Like, there's a whole arc. Like, this is when people stopped watching the anime because things were taking too long.
Yeah.
This is one of those things that happened.
It's also a ball when it's asleep, which we mentioned earlier, which is just hilarious.
For some reason. Yes. Yeah, it's very weird. It's fine.
Giant marble.
It's fine. It's fine.
I do find it funny. There's something here in Platinum. If you can So there was the event in the Platinum games. If you had the event Regigigas to open up the Rock Peak, Iceberg, and Iron Ruins to get the in-game the other Reggies.
And then you go get Regigigas again.
But if you can catch a Regigigas in a Cherish Ball, the game doesn't check for the specific event. It just checks for a Regigigas in a Cherish Ball.
Oh wow! Okay.
Well, to be fair, the only way to do that otherwise is to hack. So
Well, no, this is. You have to do this by hacking anyways, but it's a funny way that the game doesn't check for the event Regigigas event. It just checks for a Regigigas in a Cherish Ball.
That's funny.
Fair.
Oh my gosh.
It's old game, so it makes sense, but something I just it's kind of funny.
It was probably easier than being this specific Regigigas.
Exactly, yeah. It definitely was easier. It's just interesting.
You also can't get the diploma in Generation 4 without Regigigas. which was an event thing. So you have to use an event or the Pal Park thing in order to get your diploma.
I'm just reading all these trivia. Regigigas, Magikarp, and Gyarados are the 3 Pokemon that can be encountered in the wild at the lowest and the highest levels.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That's so funny. Yep, because you can catch all of them at level 1 and 100.
Mm-hmm.
How funny. I didn't know you can catch a 1 Gyarados.
Yeah, you can in Pokemon Platinum. It's when you get the Villa.
Can you?
Yeah.
Oh. Level 1 threw me. How weird.
Yeah, they're like the Villa is where you get the level 1 Magikarp, the level 1 Gyarados, level 100 Magikarp, and 100, yeah.
How funny.
Yeah. There is a card that's semi-relevant. Remember our good old friend Regigigas?
It's about to be a lot more relevant.
It's about to be a lot more relevant with the terrestrialization Pokemon, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna, because you can just have your big bench and have all your Reggies on the bench and then just do whatever you want.
And the quote unquote sky field, and then you're just charging up something. I've seen somebody do something with like talking about Galvantula.
It feels like too many steps, but that's okay.
Yeah.
It just feels
really
even
funny.
Technically even the V and V Star are relevant-ish. They're all out now, but they came back for a hot minute with the Psychic Box of Arceus.
They did.
Yeah,
that was fun.
And so that could even see something.
But yeah, there's a card that with all the other when it has the other 5 Reggies out, it can just accelerate energy from the discard. It's wild.
It's crazy.
It was a good deck when it came out. I remember playing it and having a good time with it.
It's a very good
it was
toolbox deck. Yeah,
that was a fun toolbox deck.
I wanted to love it. One match made me go never again.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I wish it had been with those in its name, so you could do a Lecky EX, Drago.
Yeah, it should have been Reggie. Yeah, 5 different Pokemon with Reggie in their name would have been fantastic.
Well,
no, that would have been, I think, because then you could just be 5 Reggie Lecky or whatever.
Exactly.
No, 5 different named. I'm saying different named Reggie Pokemon.
Oh yeah.
So it could check for
Drago V, Drago V Star.
You could technically still do you could still have 2 matching Reggie, a Regieleki and then a Regieleki V, and then a V Max.
That'd be cool.
Technically, you could copy it in a way, but I wish it just checked for Reggie instead of just
Yeah, I think so.
Oh well, missed opportunity, but it's cool. I like how it sounds in the anime. That's the
beeps and noises and the
I love it.
We love them.
I mean, it's been a fun Pokemon over the. I'm happy it's been seeing way more love in the past couple of years. When it came out, it was the lamest legendary of all time.
Yeah.
And now I think it's starting to get a lot more cool stuff in the TCG and in the video games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy for that. So more Reggie, please. I'd be really okay with just more Reggies in general. I think it'd be fun.
More Reggies,
please.
Make Reggie 2 real. Make Reggie 2 real. That's all I'm saying.
Could we get a meta Reggie Ice deck? Because everything else I think has been
Regice I think is the only Pokemon that has never been relevant.
Maybe with old days with Star, I don't know, but
yeah.
But Regirock was good with Buzzwole, or was okay with Buzzwole that era.
Yeah.
Registeel I feel was in some.
It's a good defensive thing.
Registeel's just good in video games too.
In that too.
Regice has never been good in the video games. Regirock's been okay in the video games. Regice has been trash.
Yep.
Part of that's still typing, but
comes with being an ice type.
Yep. Yeah. Give Regice its moment in the sun. But yeah, I think we've talked about Regigigas, so we'll stop here, guys, and we're gonna go ahead and kick it on over to our mailbag.
It's mail time. Send in your emails.
Welcome to our mailbag. The mailbag is the part of the show where you can email us at puclpodcast@gmail.com and you can tell us whatever you want. We typically have a question. I forget what we asked last week. What's your top and bottom 5 mythical Pokemon were? That's what we asked you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Woo! I have a really good memory at the tender age of 33.
Who are you?
Yeah, exactly. Where are we? But yeah, this segment is brought to you by the fictional energy drink Green Tauros, the energy drink that gives you hooves.
Hooves.
And as always, we'll give out the Green Taurus badge to anybody we deem worthy of adding conversation. So we got a couple emails today. Our first one is going to be from Rising Chemist Mark. You've got this one, Seth.
You betcha. Yep, I got this one. They say, "Hey, Puckle Crew, Rising Chemist Mark here. Thanks so much for the Green Tauros badge the other week." So cool, we don't have to worry about that. In this mailbag, I want to share my love for the TCG. I personally enjoy Thatch's rambles and about it on the show. My girlfriend and I got into the TCG right when the base Scarlet and Violet sets came out, and oh boy, did we choose a great time to jump in. Yeah, no kidding.
Actually, because like that's when they fixed the packs to like make them exciting again.
Yeah.
So like you could there's like no more dud packs. There's no dud pack anymore. Like they just don't exist anymore.
Yeah, you at least get something.
That was such a nice change.
The way they changed it, like anytime I open anything pre-Scarlet and Violet now is just a disappointment.
Guaranteed holo, guaranteed to reverse. Like, super nice. Like, that's just nice.
And there's like a pretty good chance you got something in one of the reverse slots too. It's like a 1 out of 6 chance that any pack has something big in it. It's great.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, they continue on. We love seeing all the We love seeing all the arts cards have gotten for both commons and rares, so much that we recently filled 2 picture frames with our favorite cards for wall decor. It really brings color and personality to the space.
That's so cool. Okay, he needs to send us, I know this is an audio podcast, but he needs to send me personally a picture.
Yeah, that's awesome. They say, "I framed a holographic Charizard that I traded a kid for with the alternate full art Galarian Moltres from Chilling Reign. Originally, I pulled the Moltres from a random pack I won at an arcade when visiting my girlfriend long distance. I thought it was wicked cool and wasn't into TCG yet to know its value."
Okay.
Apparently. Go ahead.
It's like $100 card. I remember that. It's like, if not more. I was like, what Charizard did you get? But I see, okay.
Yeah.
At least you're,
It's fine.
They say, apparently it's a super sought-after card. I gave the kid a couple extra rare cards I didn't personally like, along with the Moltres, to help me sleep at night, trading for 1 holographic Charizard. My girlfriend says I may have taken advantage of the opportunity. Sometimes I say the kid didn't know the value of the card, and it's better in hands. Funny thing is, a week later, I saw the same Moltres card I traded the kid at his car's display store with a staggering $145 price. He just turned around and sold it for store credit, probably.
yeah.
Anyways, my girlfriend and I have been enjoying TCG Live despite how buggy and tedious it can be. We like that there's no pay to win, but instead play to win, where we can earn currency just by playing more. I'm enjoying a deck with the Alolan Executor V, the new Ogre Pawn Teal Mask EX, the Fortress EX with its Explosion Energy ability, and the Hoppip line with its Drifting Dodge ability. I have a fun way to draw, pull, and attach energies along with the coin flips that make the game more fun and can move damage counters. I'm still waiting on Pokemon TCG Pocket. Fingers crossed it's not another Pokemon Sleep situation.
I don't think it is. We'll get that.
It's definitely not. Sleep was more of a...
Unfortunately, I think we're going to get it.
Yeah,
No, it's a great onboarding tool. You shouldn't be worried about it at all. Like it's a great onboarding tool.
I hate it because it shows where the resources are truly going.
Yes, it's Seth. You're making the same complaint as like VGC players who get upset about like the VGC scene being not looked after. Yeah, 1,000 people showed up to a tournament, but you know what? Something like 23 million people bought the game.
No, I just mean like even supporting the actual. I just mean supporting the actual web client that's designed around their card game.
Yeah, for the 5,000 people that play their card game, and then the 40, 50,000 people that.
But playing the card game online and playing it correctly with a program that works will make people buy more of your cards.
Potentially. I think it makes them buy more of their cards when it's broken, because then you want to play in person instead.
Nah.
It's a double-edged sword. They're trying to get more people into the game already when one of their current ways is already kind of like...
By making an entirely separate game.
Yeah, that's not also going to be the same at all.
Get something from an energy zone? What?
Yeah. It's gonna be a Duel Link situation.
They're making Duel Links. That's what they're doing.
I can't wait for a new kid to show up to Pokemon Card Night and be like, all right, I have my energy zone here and I'm ready to play. And all of us just, what?
Yeah, exactly. And that's what's gonna happen. But it's more likely to come out because Sleep was the whole technology thing. They had to get that all figured out. This is like, we know how to make a card game, kind of.
Sleep was just a game they didn't want to make. Nobody wanted it. The people who play it still confuse me.
I haven't slept in years. Anyway, as for my favorite mythical, it has to be Victini. I remember getting its distribution when it came out and using it on my team after reading its dex entry. I never lost a single battle that playthrough.
Yeah.
Thanks for reading my mailbag. Thatch, I hope you continue sharing your thoughts on the TCG and what's being played. No, I have a hatred for Lost Box sets, and I can't wait for them to be rotated out. I'm also getting real tired of the Chen Pao Bax Caliber deck, and the decks playing Terra Arcanine with all the Charizards.
Wait, what?
People don't know how to use experience shares. I want to see some originality, y'all. Something unique. Until next time, catch you later, Rising Chemist Mark.
We should start a TCG night. I've been meaning to do this. And I feel like Mark would be perfect to come and hang out.
Apple Festival all the way.
All right, our last email today is going to be from Terra Blaze. That's just how I like to say it. Howdy, hey, Puckle people. I've been listening to the top and bottom 5 water types episode and just happened to find this podcast while looking for something to listen to in the car. I was shocked nobody mentioned Quagsire in the top list for that episode, and equally shocked when I found out no mention of it in the ground type episode either. Found the transition music was not my cup of tea, but the discussion and especially the trivia was fun. So fun to listen to that I can happily say I've listened to almost every episode since, and that I have come to love smiling along to the music at the start of each podcast.
Yeah, it gets into your brain. It makes you like it.
It gets into your brain. Anyways, it's because we make good memories, and so it's like a Pavlovian response.
Yeah, you associate the happy times with the music.
Yes, exactly.
Ring a bell?
Yep, exactly. Quite literally ring a bell. Anyways, I'll keep it brief and give just a couple of my favorite mythical Pokemon that didn't make it into your list on the show. My favorite mythical Pokemon has got to be Zeraora. I did try to push for Zeraora, for the record, just because I think it's cool. I love fast Pokemon, and I love electric types. It has an amazing and clean design, as well as a good stat spread and wide move pool. Being a good physical electric type with its signature move Plasma Fist helps it stand out. I only wish it could have been the first electric fighting type.
That would be cool.
That would be. Another one of my favorite mythicals is Genesect. It has such an interesting design and great typing. I really like the unique signature move of Technoblast and how it changes type depending on Genesect's held item. I think Game Freak should add more non-stab signature moves to Pokemon. Yeah, like Snap Trap.
Like Snap Trap. Oh no!
I told you, it needs no changes!
How dare you?
What? Okay, now that he's got me interested, are there other signature moves
Are not stab?
that are not stab?
There probably are.
While you're reading, let me look up signature moves.
Yeah, I pulled it up. I'm like very curious. Keep up the good work, everyone. This podcast is amazing, and I love tuning in every week. Take care and have a great day. Terra Blaze. Yeah, Terra Blaze. Thank you for that. Now I need to know about these signature moves, though. Like
damage dealing signature moves. Mr. Mime had Substitute as a signature for a bit.
Technically, Pikachu, the partner Pikachu has stuff.
Okay, technically.
Chilly Reception.
On who? Who gets Chilly Reception?
Slowking.
Arcanine had E-Speed for a couple gens, or a gen.
Oh, okay, that's something. We get Raging Bull, the move on regular Tauros.
Barrage, yeah.
Barrage is a move that existed.
Barrage was one for Executute for a long time. Bone Club and Bone Meringue. Oh, no, never mind. Those are, I forgot. I'm thinking Alolan. That's not right.
Yeah, those, I don't think Bone Meringue got, wait, I thought, no, not Bone Meringue. I'm thinking of a different move.
I forgot they were ground type moves. I knew they were ground type moves, but I thought Keybone and Lum were like, I thought Alolan, not the normal.
I'm looking, man, because there has to be something.
I guess technically Fusion Bolt and Freeze Shock and those Fusion Flare and Ice Burn, technically speaking. Well, not Ice. Fusion Flare and Fusion Bolt, I guess, sort of.
What type is Mist Ball?
Psychic.
I think.
Okay, you were, yep.
Psyshield Bash, partially.
Oh, yeah.
Psyshield Bash? Yeah, okay.
It becomes Stab eventually.
It becomes Stab, but it's not initially, yeah.
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 There's a handful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just, there aren't many, though.
Anchor Shot, technically.
Technically. Man, there has to be something. I guess this is harder than I thought it would be.
Water Shuriken on a Selgor was for a minute.
Oh, yeah.
That's not a signature move, though. That's not, wait, did that...
It was.
Oh, it is, yeah. What the heck? Wait, no, it doesn't, no, it was never out in Generation 5 or anything. Why did they put it on that list? It's weird.
Maybe that's the only one that learned it by level up?
No, Greninja learns it by level up.
Because that's how they do this list.
Greninja learns it via level up.
Does it? Okay, I don't know.
Excelgor didn't get it until Oraz. Why is this on this list? Oh, it put it as the signature move in Generation 8 because Greninja's not in it.
Oh, that's stupid. That's dumb.
That's dumb.
I don't count that.
That's not how that works.
Speed swap? What is that move?
You know power swap and guard swap? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot, actually. I don't want to go through this whole list anymore.
Yeah, there's not a lot.
But yeah, there's not a lot.
So many things in Gen 9 have signature moves. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, actually, though.
Wow.
Electro Shot on Archaladon. Electro Shot on Archaladon. There we go. We found one.
Oh, there you go. That's another one. There you go.
Jaw lock on Dreadnought.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Is Octolock fighting? Octolock is fighting, right? Yes, it is.
I think it's fighting, yeah.
Is Hyper Drill ground? No, it's normal. What the heck, Dun Sparse? Either way, but thank you for that, Terra Blaze. Thank you for this interesting rabbit hole.
I guess they get the Green Toros because they inspired us to look through signature moves.
Green Taurus badge. Yeah. All right. So, if you want to email us next week at puclpodcast.com, let us know what moves you would like to improve to make them either thematic or just better functioning moves in general. Makes sense.
Don't break them, though. We want to know little improvements.
Yeah, please don't break them. Please don't break them.
Tackle should be 90 base power.
Maybe.
Thunderbolt should be a double hitting 200 base power move.
Yeah, like real Thunderbolts.
Need to break Thunder? Yeah.
Every move under 60 base power should actually be 65, so Technician can't take advantage of it.
I want a Thunder retrain that had a 2-hit.
It's like one is 90 base power and one is 89 base power and one is 1 base power.
Yeah.
It always strikes twice.
Pops the focus sash.
Email those to us at puclpodcast@gmail.com. If you want to keep up with us throughout the week, we are available over on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and whatever else I usually say. I don't remember. You can, of course, follow us over on Twitch at twitch.tv/thepuclpodcast. I'm going to stream this Wednesday for the first time in forever. I'm actually very excited about it. I haven't decided what I'm going to stream yet, but I just want to stream. I took a lot of time off this week, and I don't know what else to do with myself. So I figured I would try to do a stream. Additionally, you can also follow us at YouTube, youtube.com/puclpodcast. And if you want to help support the show, you can do so in a couple ways. One, you can go to Troll and Toad at trollandtoad.com and use code puclepod5 at checkout for 5% off. Or you can go to Patreon at patreon.com/puclepodcast, where you can get merch. The playmats are coming. I was just working through some issues. You should see an update this week about those. So please keep watch for those if you want a playmat, or you're eligible one for one of those. But yeah, and I'm going to be doing some like extra bonus shows this week too. I'm very excited for that. But yeah, on that note, guys, I have been Trainer Thatch.
I've been Shamu.
And I've been Lord Seth Vilo.
And here in the Lavender Town Radio Tower, it's closing time.
Time in Lavender Town. Time to say our goodbyes. It's closing time. Farewell, my friends. I'll catch you on the flip side. time.